Assalamu alaikum, dear students. How are you? I think you are well by the grace of Almighty Allah, and now you are in the home. Due to coronavirus, you know very well it is a global disease, global pandemic. So we are under lockdown. The students, of course, they remain in the house. This is the declaration of the government, and also we have no connectivity with you. We are far away from you. Only over telephone some students call me and sometimes take some suggestion, and I shall try my level best to give the suggestion to those kinds of students who actually called me. But actually a large number of students are far away. I don't know where are they. I think you are in the house, you are in the village or your residence, etc., etc. But after a long time, we or I am going to meet with you. You know, by this time the government has declared to take the class over online. For this reason, I have got a notice over the website of Dhaka Women University College or Dhaka Women College, and I saw that the class will be held only over the first year of HSC. You are the first year students of HSC, and of course when you will join with me, please take your book on the table, or take your book and others necessary articles which is very essential for your learning purpose. And I think your book, your pen, your papers are very important. Take it and try to know. So first of all, I like to give you some tips, and the tips are very important for you because you are smart, energetic and very youth. So under the obligation of the government or the due to restriction of the government, of course you should follow the rules of health tips declared by the government. So first of all, I like to request you, please stay in the home and be safe. And not only this, not only you be safe, try to save others, your relatives, your family members, your others. It's important for you because you are conscious, you are a learner, you are a student of HSC. So by this time you have got some knowledge, and this knowledge will be helpful only when you introduce this knowledge to others or to suggest others. So a long time we are in the lockdown, and also I am in lockdown, so nothing to do. But we should have to remember that you are students and I am a teacher. My duty is to teach you, deliver the good lecture with a view to you, and your duty is to learn, to hear and to get knowledge. But it is a matter of great regret that we are far away for a long time from the college, from the campus, from your classmates, from your relatives, from your teacher also and the others. But we should remember that the exam will be held on proper time. So we should have to take our preparation. For this reason, the students must take their preparation for their final exam, and this is important. Under the obligation of the government, we have nothing to do, but the government has declared to take the class over online, and for this reason I am delivering the lecture with a view to my students of Dhaka Women College of First Year Intermediate, and of course you will be happy to see me, to hear the lecture of me, and you will be benefited in the next time. But it is a matter of great regret that only to play the role of first year, only to take the class of first year intermediate. But you know very well that by this time we have completed our first year syllabus. But only to show the honor of the government and the administration of the college, we have to take the class. You know, in my department 5 teachers are there, and I have given the suggestion my other teachers to take or to make a good preparation, to make a good video, to deliver with a view to you. But I think if the students are linked in a account, and if it is organized by the college, I think it will be very benefited, because I am delivering the lecture but you are absent. But if I take the lecture on live, it will be very benefited, because there is interaction between the students and the teacher. And when a teacher delivers his lecture, ultimately the students can ask some question, and the question answer will be delivered by the teacher. So this interaction is very important for the student. Okay, let the matter go. Come to the point. Let's start. What shall I teach you? What topics will be very applicable for you? I think a lot of topics are there. In the first year we have completed by this time the first year syllabus, and there is a division, you know, the first paper and also second paper. So second paper is sometimes unseen. The grammar is there, grammar part is second paper. It is difficult, and everybody knows very well that if anybody is skilled in second paper or in grammar, I think the students will write freely, will deliver their lecture freely. So second paper is important, I think. And a lot of items of second paper, especially grammar, but right form of verb is one of the most important topics to learn, to achieve, to earn, because without verb no one can write anything, no one can say anything. You know, without a subject you can make a sentence, but without verb you cannot write a sentence, you cannot deliver your lecture, you cannot make a sentence. So verb is important. So sometimes you can say verb is mother of all grammars. Suppose stand up, this is a sentence, imperative sentence, you know, but there is no verb, there is no subject. Stand, it is a verb, so there is no subject. So without subject a sentence can be made, but without verb, no. Can you make any sentence without verb? Impossible. So I think first of all the students should know use of verb, which is called in the grammar book right form of verbs. So let's start. How can we know the proper use of verb, the right use of verb? You know, verb, what is verb? What we say, what we do daily, this is verb. Verb is a word. It is a word which expresses my or our expression, our idea, our work through language, through our mind. So, dear students, of course, I think you are ready to hear the lecture, to take the lecture. I think you are sitting in front of me, and I am a teacher, though I have no movement, because you know very well, if we actually make a good lecture over online, we need a modem, we need a digital camera, we need a projector or a board. But we are unlucky. We are now under lockdown, under lock. So we cannot go out to make any, to buy any modem or to etc. etc. So only my weapon is mobile. So through mobile, I am preparing my lecture with a view to my students of the first year of HSC. And I think if you learn this, if you hear this lecture, I think you will be benefited. You will be really benefited. So please, my students, I honestly request you to hear my lecture and try to understand and get knowledge and make a good preparation for your final exam. Okay, right form of verbs. So before going to deliver the lecture of right form of verbs, you should have to know some other topics like person, like gender, like tense, etc., which are very important, right? Like number. Suppose a person who works, you know, there are three kinds of persons. First person, I, we. Second person, you, your. And third person, rest of the world. All are third person except four, I, we, you, your. All are third persons. And number, two kinds of numbers, you know, singular and plural. Singular number only one, plural except one. A number of lot, enough, except one. And tense, which is very important for the student to learn and to hear, and this is forever your life. It is essential. It is very applicable. Without tense, you cannot write anything, you cannot deliver your lecture. Though, you know, in speaking or in conversation, sometimes we cannot use tense. But actually, you should have to remember that you are a student. Your main duty is to pass the different type of section, like SSC, HSC, 1 arts, etc., etc. So to overcome these kinds of obstacles, obligations, you need tense forever. What is tense? What we do? What we learn? What we did once upon a time? What we will do? All are tenses. But you know, there are three kinds of tense: present tense, past tense, and future tense. And among them, we like to start the present tense. And every tense has 4 divisions: present indefinite, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. And among these 4 tenses, present indefinite is very important, because every time, what is present indefinite tense? What we do every time, regularly, normally, naturally, usually. This is present indefinite tense. I like to suggest you to take a book of Chaudhary and Hussain or lecture guide or any grammar where the right form of verb is there. Even a book of class 9, 10 is very important. Even 8, 6, where the right form is, these topics are there. This is important. First of all, please, you take the book. And if you take a new book in page number 979 of Chaudhary and Hussain, yes, Advanced Learners HSC, Communicative English, Grammar and Composition with Model Questions, etc., etc., second paper. Page number 979, page number 79. I repeat, page number 79. Please take this book. And you see here a lot of points, sections are there. And every sections, every points, every topics are very important to you, for you to learn. By this time, I say, present indefinite tense. Present indefinite tense. Suppose you write 5 sentences. Please, you write 5 sentences. 5 sentences, please. About among the 4 tenses, present indefinite is going to be learned now. Present indefinite. But before, I told you that the subject is very important. And what is subject? Who does something is called subject. The speaker is a subject. Suppose I am delivering a lecture. I subject. Delivered, verb, lecture, object. You know, in a sentence there are 3 kinds of parts: subject, verb and object. Though normally we use 2 parts, subject and object, including verb. This is object, and subject is different. So there are 3 kinds of persons: first, second, third. But first, in present tense, first person, second persons are not applicable for you, because it is easy. I write a letter, you write a letter. This is very important. There is no any obligation. You can write normally, you can speak normally. But if you want to write on the basis of third person, this is important. Third persons are very important, because according to third person, according to subject and the person, the verb should be changed. The verb should be changed in the present indefinite tense. Suppose third person, the boy. The boy read, R-E-A-D, read a book. Number 1, question. Write down. The boy read a book. Here, the boy is subject. Read is verb. A book object. A book object. You see it? A boy read a book. But this sentence is incorrect, because the boy is third person and singular number. Only one person is here. The boy is third person and it is singular number and it is a subject. So the verb should be changed. And what is verb here? Read is verb. Read is verb. So according to subject, and if the subject is third person singular number, the verb at the end of the verb, according to grammar, we use normally s, es and is. S, es and is. And is, s, es and is, 3 words, 3 letters. When we use s, es and is in the present tense, you should have to remember in the present tense, present indefinite tense, and if the sentence, subject of the sentence is singular number and if it is third person, then we use s, es and is at the end of the verb. At the end of the verb. So here, what type of words? There are 3. S, es and is. What type of letters and words we can use? What type of words we can use? Here we use, but I use normally s. 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 Why? That is our learning point, important point. You know, in English alphabet, from A to Z, called alphabet, and there are 2 kinds of the letters are divided into 2 parts: vowel and consonant. Vowel and consonant. Here, read, the last word, the last letter of read verb is consonant. So here use only s. So what you learn? We learn that if the verb is if at the end of the verb there is a consonant and the subject is third person singular, in the present tense we should use only s but not es but not is. Only s. So if the consonant, the last letter of the verb is consonant, we should use s. Number 1. Number 2. Number 2, the girl go to school daily. D-A-I-L-Y, daily. Write down please. The girl go to school daily. This sentence is incorrect. The girl go to school daily. This sentence is incorrect. Why? Because the girl is third person singular and it is subject, and the sentence is a present tense. How can we know the sentence is present indefinite? Yes, that's the question, important question. How can you know? How do you know the sentence is present indefinite? Okay, you can see your book. Rule number 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. The subject third person singular number. The universal truth. If the sentence is universal truth, বাংলায় বলা হয় চিরসত্য। If the sentence is habitual, বাংলায় বলা হয় অভ্যাসগত। As the sun rises in the east, this is universal truth. The earth goes round the sun, this is universal truth. And we eat rise every day, that is habitual. We sleep in the night, habitual. And the number 3, you see, there are 10 words. You see in your book there are 10 words, and all words are important, and these kinds of words indicates directly that these are present indefinite tense. Number 1, universal truth. Number 2, habitual matter, habitual acts. And number 3, always, regularly, normally, sometimes, often, generally, daily, every day, occasionally. These here are 10 words. And when you see this word, suppose here I have written daily. I have written daily. So daily indicates it is a present indefinite tense. Very, very important. So the girl go to school daily. The daily word indicates this sentence is present indefinite tense. So we should have to change the verb. The verb here is used as go, but this is not right. We should use S, yes and IS3. Letters or words are there. And what type of letter or words is used at the end of the verb? Go. And I have told you before that there are 2 kinds of alphabet, vowel and consonant. So here the first word read, the last letter D. D is a consonant, so S is used. And here go, the last letter is go, O. O is a vowel. So here we use yes. You see here, yes. So this is clear. If the last letter of a verb of a present indefinite tense is consonant, we use S. And if the last letter of a verb of a present indefinite tense, and if the subject is third person singular, we should use yes, vowel. If the last letter of a verb is vowel in the present indefinite tense and the subject is third person singular, we should use yes. So S and yes, very important, S and used are used here. Number 3, she, suppose usually, 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 normally, usually সাধারণ ভাবে, usually write a letter, write, WRITE, write a letter to her father. This is present indefinite tense. How can you imagine? How can you make an idea? Because usually is a word. This indicates present indefinite tense, and she is third person singular. So the right, WRITE, last word is E. It is vowel. So normally we should use yes, but no, because E is there. So if E is any, if E is used at the end of the any verb, we cannot use yes, only S. So 3 sentences are completed. Next, number 4. He, suppose he normally play football, play PLAY, play football. He normally carry CARRY, carry an umbrella. sorry, number 4, he, write down please, he, normally, Normally, he normally carry, Carry, an umbrella, Umbrella, umbrella. So normally, you can see here, you normally carry an umbrella. You normally carry an umbrella. So normally is such kind of word you can see in the 3rd number of the book. Normally is such kind of word that indicates it is a present indefinite tense. So we should use SES and IS. But what type of word here will be used? Normally he is a subject and it is 3rd person singular number. And normally is a word that indicates present indefinite tense. Carry is a verb and that verb should be changed. The last letter of the verb carry, Y. Y. So Y is a consonant. Normally we use yes, but no. If any word, any verb contains Y at the last letter, or the last letter of any verb is Y, and before Y there are consonant. Remember it. If any verb contains the last letter is Y, or the last letter of any verb is Y, and before Y there is a consonant, you should use instead of Y or omitting Y, অর্থাৎ Y উঠে যাবে IES, CARRIES. Y is omitted, IES is added. IES is added. So when we will use this? When we will use this? Only when the letter Y is used at the end of a verb, at the end of a last word is Y, and before Y if there is consonant, we should use instead of Y IES. IES. This is important. This is very, very important. Suppose you know country, COUNTRY. Country is a word. What do you mean country? A native country. Your native, your country. That is this country. Last word is Y. But if you want to make plural, of course Y should be omitted. IES would be added. IES would be added and Y should be omitted. This is important. Dear student, sorry for interruption. And next number 5. A baby play a football or toys, etc. This is important. A baby play a football. A baby is a subject, and 3rd person singular number. Play is a verb, but the last letter of this verb is Y. So according to grammar, what you knew by this time, that we should use normally instead of Y or omitted Y, IS. But no, you should have to emphasize the letter before Y. Y is the last letter, but before Y the letter is A, and A is vowel. You know how many vowel? 5. A, E, I, O, U. So here A is vowel, O is vowel. So here before Y there is a vowel. So we should use only S. This is important. So we have seen here 2 type of divisions, 2 type of rules. The first number 4 carry CARRY. The last letter is Y, but before Y there is R consonant. So if consonant is there before Y, ultimately we should use IES instead of Y, omitting Y. And the play, PLAY, another word, but the last letter is Y. Before Y there is A, that is vowel. And if there is vowel before Y of a verb, we should use or we should add only is, nothing else here. So this is complete. I think by this time we have completed a lecture about right form of verbs. So this is important for you. Wait for next lecture, and best of luck. Thank you very much for the cooperation to hear my lecture. Stay home and be safe. Thank you very much again.